All right, we are live on YouTube. I'm just waiting on the video to connect on my other monitor over here so that I can grab that link and put it inside of our business free business mastermind group so that our members can join us easily and conveniently here on the YouTube live. It looks like that the link is ready. Let me grab that. All right, let me put that in the group. Okay, that's posting and cycling. Okay, cool. Let me make sure I can see our live chat. It was popping yesterday. So I'm glad I was able to see that. Let me go ahead over here. I think we are ready to get started. Hold on one sec. Okay. All right, let's get started. Are your selling efforts being ignored because your content is outdated? Does your selling seem to miss the mark with forward thinking potential clients? Today, we're answering the question, how do I keep my content and expertise updated and relevant to increase my sales? Let's talk about live selling using analytics. This is coming from this week's blog. Jump on the trend of live selling for increased revenue. If you want to follow along, go to shaycannon.com/live. That's shaycannon.com/live. All right. This is another one of those shows where we're filling in the gaps of all of the information we've given you over the past 2-3 years with this morning show so that you can use our episodes as a reference and resource on how to grow your business from here into eternity because it's a lot of great evergreen information. Today, we're filling the gap of knowledge for you to use as a resource with live selling. It has become all the rage. Now, the rage that is going on right now that's trending is live selling for physical products, right? So it's more of a HSN QVC feel. However, us service-based businesses can do online live selling too, beyond what we're used to with webinars, challenges, summits, and conferences. All right. So on Monday, part one, we talked about using education to live sell, going beyond those webinars and all that stuff that we already know what to do. I gave you 10 more creative ways to use education to sell live your offer. Okay, that was part one. So go back to Mondays if you want to see those strategies and learn more about live selling with education. Part two was on Tuesday. It was about taking that education a step further and making it edutainment, education that is intentionally entertaining to hold attention. So I gave you 10 strategies on how to educate in an entertaining way. If you need that information, go back to part two. That was from Tuesday. Yesterday was part three, and we talked about live selling using engagement. That's that interactive, that going back and forth. Up until part three, everything was all about what you were doing and giving, and not necessarily how the audience was going to interact with you live at the time. Engagement is about interacting in real time. So you want 10 strategies to learn how to live sell with engagement? Go back to yesterday's replay. That was part three. Today, we're ending our series on live selling with part four. It's all about analysis. So let's go to the blog. We are living in a time where industry shifts, platforms change, and market trends impact our potential clients and it's happening faster and faster. I'm going to say faster than ever, especially with the introduction of AI. So, current events and news analysis means paying attention, being in the know to what is changing around your potential clients. This could look like new tools, consumer behaviors, policy updates, forecasts, and helping your audience understand what those changes mean for them, what it means for their life, what it could mean for their business, and or their next move for their desired transformation. It positions you as someone who is not just keeping up, but staying ahead, someone they can rely on for clarity in uncertainty. for clients of service-based entrepreneurs, this kind of analysis can be the difference between chasing yesterday's model and seizing tomorrow's opportunity. So it builds relevance, trust, and gives content a timelessness that people respond to because they see you reacting in real time to what matters. Now, you guys have seen me do this time and time again. You know, I keep my ear to these business streets to see what's being talked about, to see what's being introduced, to see what changes seem to be happening. I'm going to give you some examples. When I first realized that the Facebook ad ecosphere was changing, right? It used to be that whoever paid the most in Facebook ads made the most in revenue. Then we came in with, iOS, having people opting out of being tracked and all of those things. It messed up what using Facebook ads used to mean for a business. And so we had to talk about that. And we had to talk about, new ways to market so that we can get sales, because we could no longer heavily rely on Facebook ads. So that's an example. I'm going to give you some more when we talk about these 10 strategies that I got for you. So, this is the morning show. I have more for you than what's in the blog. So let's get these strategies ready. These are my top 10 strategies for creating live selling events featuring analytics. Now, when you think analytics, you might be thinking just hard data, numbers, charts. It's not always just that. Think about trends and things that are happening that people are telling you that's going on that you can early adopt and all that kind of stuff. Trends, which are more fun than thinking analytics, but trends come from analytics, right? We know things are trending based on data. So it doesn't have to be boring. It doesn't have to be pie charts and line charts. It doesn't have to be numbers, okay? So keep in mind, you can make it fun. Keep that in mind. All right. Strategy number 1. Live trend driven or news hooked session. So you can center a live session around some fresh industry move or platform update and explain what it means right now for your audience and what to lean into, what to avoid, and what to test first when they use it. Now, as an example of this, when I brought you guys AI tools, and then I went specifically into how to use ChatGPT for your business, right? So that could be an example of how you're using a trend or something that's newsworthy. Now, let me tell you something else you can use right here that's fun. You can use celebrity case studies or big business case studies, some kind of recognizable entity as a case study of what's happening as a trend, or an example of what to do with a trend or what not to do with a trend. Okay. Number 2, live ROI. So that's the return on investment, but even like the impact of forecasting going forward with certain trends and integrating them. Okay. So you could build or walk through a real-time model forecasting how an emerging trend will shift metrics in your niche or things around your service or in your industry. So you show, what if this trend accelerates, right? Does it impact your ideal client's goals or desired transformation? All right. Let me see if I can think of an example of that. If this trend, Shawana Kennedy, media, we're gonna meet you. So an example of that could be when I did a live workshop on how to use ChatGPT to create custom GPTs and what that could mean for your business, right? So how you could do it. One of the things that I'm going to introduce in the Foo Fighters 2.0 workshop is how to use Canva code to create things that can enhance your offerings. So something that is new and fresh and trending, but can give your client a return on investment. All right. Number 3, I came up with this one just because I used to love this show, but a Jeopardy style game show using facts and statistics. Okay. So you can create a game format where you present facts, market statistics, or trend indicators, and have the contestants, the live audience, guess what they imply, right? Like if you turn around, you have your categories, and if you turn around, what the fact is, They have to guess how they could possibly be impacted by that fact, that statistic, that trend. Okay. After the reveal, you teach them more about the implications of that specific trend or analytic and what moves to make next. Okay. This will be a fun way to make analytics hold attention. Okay. Number 4, and you can use any game show. Wheel of Fortune, you can have them spell out certain things, but I just like the Jeopardy style turning of the thing in the categories way. But you can kind of adapt any kind of game show TV game show that you like. Number 4, before and after analytic snapshots. Okay, everybody look before and after contrast are just so psychologically impactful that we need to use those in different ways. So we can definitely use them live and then sell at the end. But basically, we're going to display side by side. Okay. Anytime you have a before and after, it is way more impactful when you show it side by side. Okay. Even if you start with the before and only show the before, pull that back and show the after, at some point, you still need to show them side by side so that the contrast is hugely clear. Okay. And what you're going to do is the before and after a change that you made, you're going to give a visual of it. You're going to narrate the changes to the visual by storytelling the differences, how you got from one place to the other, all of that. And then your audience gets to watch the difference visually and live. And it's going to make it more compelling with your storytelling. Okay. Number 5. Oh, and then of course at the end, sell your offer. Number 5, trend line animations. Now, again, even if we have to use numbers and charts and pie charts and all that kind of stuff, we can animate it to show the difference in the growth, whether it's an increase or a decline. And we can have that animation and show it live as we're narrating what the charts are showing. Then the charts can be morphing from one thing to another, right? Whether it's showing it going up or it's showing it going down or it's just showing it fluctuate. Okay, that can be happening live as you're talking about something that could otherwise be boring. And then, of course, sell your offer at the end. But that visual progression of seeing it is what's going to hold their attention to something as boring as those numbers. Okay. Number 6, flashback analytics. I love a good rewind. Okay. So what you can do here is use a short rewind effect, some kind of a way back machine, a jump back in. It could be charts. It can be like something in motion, but you just want to visually show a previous state that could be. Now, I don't mean state like Alabama, which is my home state. I mean state as in a way of being, okay? But you can show a previous state that could have been a month ago, a week ago, a year ago, whatever. And then what you're going to do is compare it to today, okay? But you have a visual that is like a way back machine. I don't know about you, but I love like the retro videos that's showing like what happened on this day, years in the past, like the number one song or the number one movie at the time and things like that. I like a good wayback machine. You can use something like that to show the difference between what happened in the past and how we're doing things today. And then, of course, you're going to do what? Say your offer at the end. All right. Number 7, platform move dissection. I like this one. Okay. Now, all it is about the platforms that are used by your ideal clients or by you to service your ideal clients. Now, these platforms could be something as simple as social media, right? Shawana Kennedy Media uses social media all the time. So she could definitely do this by saying, okay, when a platform like a social media platform releases a new update or a new feature, you can go live and dissect what happened, what's updated, what it used to be, why they probably did it, who benefits from it, and how to use it best, right? So this is going to help your audience play offense rather than defense against something that has changed with their platform that they use. Now, again, social media is a great example. It is not the only example. Don't get stuck on social media saying, well, my ideal clients, I don't do anything with social media with them. What platform do your ideal client does your ideal client use that has to do with the service that you provide? Okay. I can think of one of the platforms for me as a operations person. I can easily go in and show people updates with Asana, how to do this, how to create recurring tasks. This is a new feature. That's a new feature. So anything that either your ideal client would use as a platform, or anything you use as a platform or a tool to service them better. Okay. And then, of course, you're going to do what? Say your offer at the end. All right. Number 8, historical trend parallels. Okay. Teaching by comparing a huge, like, milestone past shift in a different industry. Okay. I love seeing industries that are kind of different from ours. Y'all know I'm always paralleling service based versus product based. But I also talk to you guys about things like comparing relationship coaching to business coaching. But whatever, you can take something happening in another industry and bring it forward and compare it to your industry and show how we can take advantage of that. And of course, give a live presentation of that. So you're going to draw parallels in your current live selling, in your service business trends, and people will understand it better through this analogy of something else they know. Hope that makes sense. And then at the end, you're going to what? Sell your offer. All right, number 9, trend-based mini labs. Okay, this is more interactive. So live test a trending tactic in the moment while everybody watches, right? And what happens is they see you do it, they see you get the result, and now you're teaching them how to do it. You're telling them, hey, this could benefit you. And you're doing something like what is hype over what actually works type of thing. And you can make it interactive. You can let people ask questions. You can encourage people to use the tool along with you, especially if it's like a free tool, right? So let's give an example of that. Okay. This Canva code that we about to talk about in this next workshop, very easy to bring up, show the prompt, show how it codes, show how the code is placed in a code reader and what it's going to look like, and let's play with it. And now let's decide, is it going to be worth our time to actually use to do anything? So you're actually doing like an implementation. Think of this as more of an implementation that you kind of want them to go along with you, or that you're going to give them some type of guide so they can do it later, what you're showing them. So it's like a demonstration, but you kind of want to make it interactive, so it's an implementation lab. All right, last but not least, number 10, what's staying and what's going. Okay, ranking trends. So you can present a handful of emerging ideas that are relevant and interesting to your ideal clients, and have your audience vote on the stuff, which will, do they think this is going to stick? Do they think this is going to fade away? Then you can give your reasoning as an expert of what you think. Okay. Now, a more simplified way of doing this, what's staying and what's going, could be your annual predictions. I do annual predictions of what I feel like is going to be impactful in the next year, every year. But I could add to it, hey, not only what I think is going to be new and impactful, but what I think is going to go away because it's not going to be as impactful. You could do it just like that, okay? But you do it as a live presentation. All right, so those are our 10 strategies. Let me grab these 2 questions. I'm going to drop it in the studio. I'm also going to come over here and drop it on the YouTube. Uh-oh. There we go. All right. So before I give you the recap, and we're going to start with Shawana Kennedy Media, 2 questions. Number 1, do you ever share analytics, facts, or trends as part of your content right now? Like, do you ever, not even if you don't sell at the end, do you ever kind of share analytics? Also, which 2 strategies discussed today around using analytics will help you to increase revenue through live selling? All right, so that's our 2 questions. We're going to start with Shawana Kennedy Media after I recap this 10 without all the extra, okay? So let's do the recap. These are my top 10 strategies for creating live selling events featuring analytics. And I tried to give you a list of things that made it not boring. Something that when you go live, people are actually going to pay attention to, stay to the end, be a little excited about, maybe even talk about after the session ends and get some word of mouth going. So that was my kind of idea on creating this list. All right. Number one, live trend driven or news hooked session. So this is when you kind of introduce something that's going on, let them know what's hot right now, what they should be leaning into about it, what they should be avoiding about it, how they should test it to start using it. So as soon as something comes up, you introduce it to your people and you show them what you think is relevant about it. Okay. Number two, live ROI or return on investment trend integration. So basically you're going to say, hey, this is something that is going to be impactful. And let me show you how you can get a return on investment from it, how you can integrate it with what you're doing, and of course, be more successful because you used it. Number three, Jeopardy style game show using facts and statistics. Number four, before and after snapshots for analytics. I love them. Again, even if you show the before by itself and then show the after by itself, at some point you need to show them side by side because that is way more impactful as a contrast. Number five, trend line animations. If you do have those boring numbers and the boring line graphs and pie graphs, animate that thing. Make that thing jump around while you're talking over it and telling people what's happening. Keep attention by doing more than just having this static, boring stuff up there while you talk this boring talk about it. Okay. Number six, flashback analytics or a good rewind. Okay. So you can compare way back or recently back, week, month, quarter, year, years to today. Okay. So let's talk about it's more like sharing an evolution of something. And then the end point of today should benefit them in some way. All right. Number seven, platform move. Just any kind of platform. I gave social media as an example, but I also gave project management system as an example. Any platform that is used for your service, for you to get them results, or a platform that they use to get transformations either with you or just in what they do, go ahead and show them live something new about it or something they didn't know about it, right? Even when I gave the example of Asana, a project management system, people don't really know about Asana enough to really use all of the little features. So I really wouldn't even have to wait for a new feature. I could do live presentations of old features because a lot of people don't know them, but definitely if they had new features, okay? Number eight, historical trend parallels. So this is about contrasting something that is like a milestone in history that has to do with another industry that you can give like an anecdotal analogy of how it is an example of what's happening in your industry. This has to be something relevant to what your ideal client would think valuable. All right. Number nine, let's have a trend-based mini lab or implementation lab on something new, and we teach them how to use it. Okay, we invite them to use it while we're using it and ask questions and help them to understand why it's important that they start using this thing. Okay, number 10, last but not least, what's staying and what's going. Okay, so you can give your predictions, your forecasting about what you think is staying, that's going to stay relevant, and what you think is going that is going to not be relevant, that's going to be obsolete, that's going to go away. Okay. Again, I like to do these as an annual thing. And so you can do it that way too. All right, let's go to Shawana Kennedy, Kennedy Media. Number one, do you ever share analytics, facts, or trends as part of your content, even if you don't sell at the end? And what two strategies from today do you think will help you to be successful with live selling using analytics?
Yes, I do share analytics, but however, I can do a better job of showing like side by side. I also, with the trend in the integration that you were talking about, and even some flashback. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I see where a number of those, before and afters and all the things like that. I see how all of that could actually be used. But yes, I do. I even do it in PowerPoints and things like that, of course, to show people where they could be. Amen.
Exactly. And, we've talked about in the past how you should be getting where these people are starting when they first start with you, versus how you've helped to grow certain things through video visibility, right? So you can go live with a snapshot that you captured of how they started, and then share their current accounts, right? Where people can go to the link right now and see what you're showing that is the growth. I love that, because that is, that's one thing that plays better than just showing the pictures, is you give them a link and let them go see, right? I love to show people, when I tell certain stories, I love having snapshots that prove the stories. I had a meeting last night with a client's client, and I was telling her how to be more innovative and not boring in vending her products, right? And then I was showing her that I used to have a product-based business. Like, I'm a serial entrepreneur. That's why I'm so good at business coaching for both product-based and service-based businesses, even though I specialize in service. I was able to show her pictures, right, of how I used to have a fashion happy hour, because I didn't like the way other vendors held their vending events, right? You got 75 people selling jewelry, you got 35 people selling purses and all, and I just didn't like that. So I hosted my own event, and I only accepted one or two people with a certain category. I put it in the theme of a fashion happy hour, where I sold my jewelry. I got other people to come in that had things that my ideal client would like. We did it at a club during happy hour. We had a signature drink. I was able to show her the screenshots of that, but I was also able to show her how on Twitter in 2012 that stuff is still there. Right? So that's way more impactful than just showing pictures, especially these days of the deep fake. When you are able to show a snapshot, which of course wouldn't be still true today, but then also give them a link of how it has changed today, that's powerful. So think about that, Shawana.
Yeah, good stuff.
Cool beans. Let's go to Dr. Latoya Davis. Number one, do you ever share analytics or facts or trends right now as a part of your content? And keep in mind, trends can be case studies like the celebrity type case studies, right? And which of the two strategies from today will help you be more successful with live selling using analytics?
Yes, I currently don't use any of those, and I am struggling to figure out. I'm thinking one, I could probably lean into one. Um,
Mm-hmm.
but yeah, that's what I got.
Number one is the like newsjacking. I like that.
Oh wait,
Um,
no, then that's not the one I meant.
okay, which one you meant?
It was well, when you said it, I thought it was one. My mind went to that I could do like it was like trends. So like one of the things right now is everybody's talking about like having scripting parties and
Mm-hmm.
visualization, and I'm like those things aren't new, but they are coming out, so like I could suspend belief and act like they're new and bring it, present it in this like new trend way. So I thought that was number one, but maybe it wasn't.
Um, so it could be, depending on how you do it, it could be a few of them actually. Like, it could be the rewind, it could be, what I'm saying, it could be the historical it could be a few of them. But yes, I like that idea for you. I also like which one was it? I like before and after for you, right? Because it's easy to show before and after using animation. It's easy to show before and after using stock video, and basically like the content you would already give just verbally as a talking head, you're now putting some kind of visual, moving visual to it to give more emotion as you're presenting it. Does that make sense? So that before and after, I love to use very emotionally charged pictures at the top of my sales pages, because if I am introducing something that's going to help you not be frustrated, I love to put a highly frustrated Black woman up there to show you. So as soon as you hit my sales page, you see that frustration, and when you read the words, now you realize that it resonates, that you frustrated too, right? So
Mm-hmm.
it just does a lot more to go to those words that are already impactful. Does that make sense?
Yes.
And you could also do some kind of little game show. To me, I like Price is Right, at the showcase at the end. Like, what would you like your life to be like? Like, what's going to be that life that you really want to get charged up about? Is it this? Is it this? Is it this? Like, let's piece your life together as a collection live. You know what I'm saying? I think you could do that too.
I like that. Thank you.
Cool. You're welcome. You're welcome. All right. Oh, also, one more thing. The platform thing, right? So we know that they could use Canva to create some kind of visualization board or vision board. You know that they could use Canva to create like a reel with stock photos, reel as in REEL, with stock photos to have like a video vision board type of thing. So you can also like show them how they can use platforms to do better visioning and make it more real. All right, let's go to Dr. You like that one? Good, good. Let's go to Dr. LaFera. Dr. LaFera, do you currently use analytics, facts, trends as part of your content, even if you're not selling at the end? And which two strategies from today using analytics do you think will make you more successful with live selling?
Good morning. So I don't really think I currently use trending stuff like the ones that you mentioned. But I do like, I guess, number 7, which is the platform, a specific thing, because I was thinking about the digital vision boarding, because like that is one of the things that I have as one of my offers when people first start. And I was looking at like maybe trying to figure out how I could do something like the number 3, the game show like stuff like Jeopardy or something. I'm not quite sure how I would do like the before and after stuff that you were talking about. Like, so
you don't know how to do before and after for health concerns, and you out here helping people lose weight.
I mean, you were talking about animation and stuff to Dr. Latoya, like,
girl, you a health coach. You could definitely
animation.
Because what we know is the great thing about it is it's not just all about weight loss, right? We know that if these people follow regimens to do better about their health, they can have clearer skin.
Yeah.
Right? You can show how they used to sit down at their kids' games versus now they're up and more energetic, right?
Okay. All right. I got you.
Yeah, come on now. Let's get some visuals for the before and the after.
Okay. All right. All right. I got you.
Anything else you wanted to add?
Like anything else, like I was thinking about the stuff you said, and I don't really see like how my stuff is very like analytic driven as far as numbers and stuff, because that's what I was thinking.
Really? But they're not numbers in blood pressure. They're not numbers in blood sugar. They're not numbers in weight.
All right.
They're not numbers in hormone levels.
All right. I got you. Okay. Good. Thank you. Thank you. I was slightly distracted too, but thank you so very much. That was good. Thank you. I wrote it down, but thank you.
Cool. Anything else? Because I'd hate for you to just start talking while Dr. Tachi. I know how you like to interrupt people. All right, let's go to Dr. Tachi. Okay. Okay, let's go to Dr. Tachi. Dr. Tachi, do you share analytics, facts, or trends as a part of your content currently, even if you don't sell at the end? And which two strategies from today do you think will be impactful for you to use analytics to live sales successfully?
First, I'd like to give honor to Dr. LaFera for that quacking noise. That was brilliant.
Okay.
I don't know what that was, but it
every now and then that Mississippi come out in surprising ways.
Very surprising. Thank you for that. Made my day. So I think, first of all, a lot of these are very helpful. So what I'm doing, yes, I share trends and analytics, and in fact, when you said what's staying, what's going, like the predictions, every year I contribute to Ross Brand's 100 Predictions book, where I'm giving predictions about the media industry and what's coming. So this is year 4 for me now, and I'm sure for the foreseeable future, I will be contributing to that. So I do share those types of things. And even in the videos and things that I do, because I do a what we're not going to do in 2025 video, or what's new for video and live streaming for 2025, whatever year it is, right? So I always do that. So I'm already participating in the sharing of trends and analytics So what I would like to include is the game show format, because I'm good at that. I'm good at hosting stuff.
Yes,
So
you are
listen,
amazing, actually.
if I don't know how to do anything damn thing else, I know how to do that. So I think that would be very helpful. And I think I like also the platform news.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I like that as well. I already kind of I could also lean into the news hook. I do that already, but I could lean into it in a different way a little bit more. But so that's what I'm thinking.
Yes, I like all of that for you. But also, I know that you're a part of an authority roundup for predictions and stuff. But I feel like you have enough creators where you can host a roundup of how your creators are giving predictions in their niche having to do with their shows. That would be a great one too.
Oh, that's an
Um,
excellent idea.
yeah, so you could have like almost like a live panel and have your creators come on and give them 5 minutes to talk about what they think is going to be the hottest trend in their niche and why it should be important to their particular audiences. So I think that you could do that very well.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. You're welcome. Look, my brain on fire. See what a napper do? All right. So Kimberly Miles says that she's not currently using analytics and trends and stuff, and that's cool. Most of us are not really doing that. But she's looking forward to using the side by side. So just so that you guys remember, she has a foot balm, and so she can definitely use some of them little scaly dry feet next to some very moisturized, healthy looking feet. Just try not to show us no crumbly toenails because we just don't want to be grossed out. Okay. So do that. So this week has been all about live selling, but as an online service based business. Okay, because we can get in on that craze and the popularity of it, even though right now it's being done by product based businesses. If we can bring it over into the online service based businesses, we're going to automatically stand out from all of our competitors. Okay, so we talked about live selling using education. We talked about live selling using edutainment. We talked about live selling using interactive engagement. And today we added in there how to use trends, analytics, facts, statistics, and all of that to also live sell, but not in a boring way. Okay. So does anybody have any questions about live selling or how to live sell in these different categories? Do you have any aha moments you want to share or any value adds? Anybody? Dr. LaFera.
Yes. So when we're talking about live selling using these analytics, so I guess for someone like me, or I guess any of us, are we doing this when we have like the visuals to pull up? Or are we doing this when we're like speaking and like saying, the like is this more like today more of like visual, to have visuals to go along with showing the numbers and stuff like what we're talking about?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
All of it is about having some kind of visual.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Like even the game show, right? Like you should have
Mm-hmm.
something that kind of resembles the Jeopardy board or the,
Yeah.
Price is Right showcase. Even if it's just a cartoon standing behind them little showcase platforms
Mm-hmm.
things, right? And they're not saying anything, but at least they're moving and keeping attention as y'all are playing the game. You know what I'm saying? You need some kind of movement to keep the attention because analytics tend to be boring otherwise.
Yeah. So we
And
would
we're
have
trying
like
not to make them boring.
a setup. Like we plan to do this and have like a setup, like already drafted, like maybe a green screen or
Mm-hmm.
something like that.
Yes,
Um,
exactly like that.
okay.
Yes.
All
And
right.
just keep in mind that when we say live selling, we're mostly
Mm-hmm.
talking about live virtually, but you can do these things as in-person events too. You can do
Mm-hmm.
these things as selling from the stage at somebody else's event as you're speaking.
Yeah.
So you can use this stuff in different ways, but the easiest way for us to live sell is always going to be virtually. We don't have to
Yeah.
wait till anybody invites us to share their audience. We don't have to, pay for a venue and all that kind of stuff. So the easy way is always going to be virtually, but you can
Okay.
definitely do this in different ways as long as it's live.
All right. Thank you. It's good.
You're welcome. That was a great question. Cool. Anybody else with a question, a value add, or an aha moment this week? Cool beans. Well, let's talk about what's happening this week in your free business mastermind group. Tonight at 7 p.m. is movie club night. I have already added the details of the movie we're watching tonight in the group. We are going to watch a movie that is about Jeff Bezos and how he grew Amazon. So this is not a political thing that we're watching. This is about how he grew that from that picture they like to show of him in that garage to what it is today when he's one of the most richest people in the world. That we want to know what that journey was like. So that's what it is. It is on YouTube, so everybody can watch it. It is a little shy of 2 hours. So your job is going to be to watch it before we meet at 7 p.m. Eastern time. And as you're watching it, you're going to be taking notes and writing down your business nuggets, and we're going to discuss them at 7 p.m. when we come together. Now, if you don't have time to watch it before 7 p.m., come anyway, because I will have watched it all. Some other people will have watched it all, and we're sharing business nuggets that you can still benefit from. All right? Cool. That's what's happening tonight. On Sunday, this is only happening for the paid membership, but we're having we're ending the 14-day September goals momentum sprint, but we're also creating our October goal planning, okay? Let me tell you how this event happens every month, and it's responsible for a lot of forward motion in our paid members' businesses when they participate in this. So you might want to go to shaycannon.com/membership to be a part of it so that you can have more forward motion in your business too. All right. Today is our last broadcast day of the week, and we are not broadcasting any next week. No morning show next week. I will be on my birthday vacay. All right. So I will finally be getting out and enjoying Bali. I've been here for about a week, but I haven't really been anywhere. I haven't been in the pool that is right outside my window. I have not done anything but eat, work, and read books. It's all I've done so far. But I'm about to rest, relax, and do a whole bunch of stuff next week. And then we'll be back on Monday, October the 6th. Okay. Well, this has been the Her First Six Figures Morning Show, which is an interactive coaching and training experience as part of our free business mastermind group that positions Black and brown female online service-based entrepreneurs to generate your first six figures by learning how to make the money and create time freedom. Find out more about me, your host, Shay Cannon, plus get links to resources like how to join the free business mastermind group, or how to get the show notes with all of the strategies in it from today and recent past shows in the description below. If you haven't already, stop what you're doing. Give us a thumbs up and like this episode. Also, make sure that you are subscribed to the channel. And today's episode was one out of a 4-video series, so check out the other videos. And with that, the studio is closing in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Have a great day, and I will not be here next week. I will miss you, but I will see you on Monday, October the 6th. Have a great one, everybody.